Global News Update in English. My name is Todd Goldfinger, and here are today's top headlines. Thank you for being with us. News story number 1. Donald Trump is set to surrender Thursday to authorities in Georgia on charges that he schemed to overturn the 2020 election in that state, a booking process expected to yield a historic first, a mugshot of a former American president. Trump's arrival follows a presidential debate featuring his leading rivals for the 2024 Republican nomination, a contest in which he remains the leading candidate despite accelerating legal troubles. His presence in the state, though likely brief, is expected to swipe the spotlight, at least temporarily, from his opponents in the aftermath of a debate in which other candidates sought to seize on his absence to elevate their own presidential prospects. The Fulton County prosecution is the fourth criminal case against Trump since March, when he became the first former president in U.S. history to be indicted. Next news. News story number 2. In quotes, "That's where I got shot," said Rashad Woods, nodding toward a convenience store in Knoxville's gun zone. There were bullet holes in a church's walls. Nearby was a shuttered nightclub where some people were killed. In quotes, "There was a point in time I wasn't comfortable standing there," end quotes, said Cody Mills, 45. In quotes, "But that time is passing," end quotes. The men work for Turn Up Knox, a year-old outreach program that mentors kids and diffuses situations that could escalate into violence. It's a centerpiece of the Tennessee city's attempt to follow a science-based playbook in fighting a surge in shootings. Next news. News story number 3. Raji Naringse faced struggles throughout her life as a transgender woman, from workplace discrimination to the lasting effects of black market injections that scarred her face and caused chronic infections. In spite of the roadblocks, the 56-year-old Florida actress and activist has seen growing acceptance since she first came out decades ago. In quotes, "If you see older transgender people, it shows the younger community that it's possible I can have a life. I can live to that older age," she said. "So I think that's a very important thing," end quotes. Next news. News story number 4. Gunfire at a popular Southern California biker bar killed 3 people and wounded several others, and the gunman, believed to be a retired law enforcement officer, was fatally shot by deputies, authorities said. Hours after the shooting, Wednesday evening at Cook's Corner in Orange County's rural Trabuco Canyon, authorities said at a news conference that they were still gathering information and interviewing witnesses. Authorities arrived within 2 minutes of the first report of a shooting, and the gunman was also soon dead. Orange County Sheriff Sergeant Frank Gonzalez said. Next news. News story number 5. Shortly after the ignition of the deadliest U.S. wildfire in more than a century, a developer of land around the threatened Maui community urgently asked state officials for permission to divert water from streams to fight the growing inferno. West Maui Land Company, Inc. said it eventually received approval from the Hawaii Commission that oversees water management. but suggested the state body didn't act quickly enough and first directed the company to talk with a downstream taro farmer who relies on stream water, according to letters by a company executive obtained by the Associated Press and other news outlets. We're going to take a short break from the Millennium News TV 24/7 Global News Update. Stay with us, please. Thank you.
Welcome to the world of Millennium News 24. We bring news, we analyze news, and we make a bridge between you and the eventful world. 24/7 Millennium News 24 team is at your service. Don't miss Todd Goldfinger show, Goldfinger Music Hour, Noon News with host Todd Goldfinger. Millennium News 24 is available to be watched free for all LED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Millennium TV 24 News, news you need to know.
Hello, and welcome back to Millennium News TV 24/7 Daily Global News Update in English. My name's Todd Goldfinger, and here's the continuation of today's top stories. Thank you for being with us. News story number 6. The Arizona Supreme Court has agreed to review a lower court's conclusion that abortion doctors can't be prosecuted under a pre-statehood law that bans the procedure in nearly all cases. The High Court decided on Tuesday that it would review the Arizona Court of Appeals ruling that said doctors couldn't be charged for performing abortions in the first 15 weeks of pregnancy because other Arizona laws passed over the years allow them to perform the procedure. Abortions are currently allowed in Arizona in the first 15 weeks of pregnancy under a 2022 law. Next news. News story number 7. A New Mexico judge on Wednesday rejected a request by Alec Baldwin's attorneys to dismiss a civil lawsuit by 3 Rust crew members who allege cost-cutting endangered the cast and crew as the actor-produced skipped his own safety training. Chief District Judge Brian Beadsheed also declined to delay proceedings despite arguments by Baldwin's legal team that doing so would put their client at risk of self-incrimination since prosecutors have yet to decide whether to refile criminal charges against him over the fatal on-set shooting of a cinematographer. Next news. News story number 8. French President Emmanuel Macron vowed to make key economic, immigration, and education reforms despite France's divisions and political challenges that have included months of protests against pension changes and recent rioting over a teen killed by police. Macron said in a wide-ranging interview with Le Point magazine published Thursday that he will meet next week with the country's main political leaders for talks about issues confronting France. The talks would be aimed at proposing new bills and possibly referendums, he said. Macron last year lost his majority in the lower house of parliament, the National Assembly, forcing him to use political maneuvering to pass any new legislation. That was no big deal, he said in the interview, noting that his centrist government managed to pass some new laws since then with support from members of the center-left and the traditional right. Next news. News story number 9. South Carolina's newly all-male Supreme Court reversed course on abortion Wednesday, upholding a law banning most such procedures except in the earliest weeks of pregnancy. The continued erosion of legal abortion access across the U.S. South comes after Republican state lawmakers replaced the lone woman on the court, Justice Kay Hearn, who reached the state's mandatory retirement age. The 4-1 ruling departs from the court's own decision months earlier striking down a similar ban that the Republican-led legislature passed in 2021. The latest ban takes effect immediately. Next news. News story number 10. The passenger manifest of the plane that went down in Russia is essentially a who's who of Wagner mercenaries, including its second-in-command, who baptized the group with its nom de guerre, as well as the logistics chief, a fighter wounded by U.S. airstrikes in Syria, and at least one possible bodyguard. And of course, Yevgeny Prigozhin himself, Wagner's leader and mutineer, who many believed was a marked man after his short-lived uprising in June against the Russian military. In all, other passengers included 6 of Prigozhin's lieutenants, along with the 3-member flight crew, were company leaders who were called out by the Kremlin as traitors to travel together on a single flight appeared to be an extraordinary breach of security. The purpose of the trip was unknown. This has been the Daily Global News Update of Millennium News TV 24/7. My name's Todd Goldfinger. I thank you for watching. Please log in to get the latest news on all of our social networking sites. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. On TikTok, we are Millennium News 24. Also, our YouTube channel is News Channel M24. Viewers now on both network broadcasting Android and iOS devices, Apple TV, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, also all smart TV platforms. Please enjoy our entertainment, our latest news, views, and editorials, our Millennium TV apps, Millennium TV USA Android, Millennium News Google, www.millenniumtv24.com. Please stay with Millennium News 24/7. Thank you, and God bless you wherever you are. Peace.